Man, so glad to have you. Good morning. Good day, babies. Good day, lovely. How are you? Good day, good day, good day. I wanted to actually start off with a little music today. I love music. So if you want to just come on in, if you have your book, make sure you grab your book. If you have your book, grab your book. I know what it is. It's between 7 and 9, and you know we on a mission. Okay, Mom. Remember you told me the other day, sorry, I checked it. You told me. Got you. Got you. Got you. Good morning, Miss Michelle. Good morning, Cindy McGee. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, guys. My name is Kenya, our coach Kenya, and this morning we are opening up with a little music, and then we're going to get right into our space, facing our fears, facing our front. We'll be reading from Fear Not 365 Days, and we'll be reading from Melody Beattie, Journey to the Heart. So if you haven't had a chance to grab these two books yet, that you can get them off Amazon. It's no, like I'm promoting them because I believe in them, not because I get anything from them. I want to encourage you to seek outside sources to keep you motivated and focusing on your weight and wellness journey. One of the ways we are able to fortify and magnify those wellness results is when we tap into our mental and emotional health. Many of us want to do it separate from our minds. We want to just get in. We don't want to conceptualize or realize that we may have other issues in our mental health that are related to our body's image, our body dysmorphia, our depression, our anxiety. We don't realize that there may be an emotional connection. So if you're someone who's battled back and forth with binge eating, overeating, under eating, restricting, y'all starving yourself eating one time a day, that's a food disorder. You need to look it up. Anyway, we're going to stay focused today. Um, but I want to give you outlets. I want to give you pathways. I want you to have avenues to break this thing apart and keep it broken apart. Many of us have been on weight loss journeys our entire life. If we look back to when we were young women in college and in high school, we were walking around trying to watch our figures and watch what we ate. That is time for that to be done with. We're eradicating that bull crap. Let's eradicate it together. One of the reasons why we continue to do the same thing over and over and keep our butts in insanity is because of fear. Many of us don't even know we're living in it. Deep, off up in the cut. We are straight fear representatives. We think we out here representing faith. We out here representing fear. We think we out here representing God throwing up our signs, and we out here representing fear, fright, deprivation, lack, limited competition. We out in these streets. We think we popping, but really we not. We struggling. And we ain't got nobody to give us permission to be struggling and be honest about it. So I'm gonna give you that permission. It's okay to say I'm struggling. It's okay to say I ain't doing it great. It's okay to say I'm flexing, but I ain't flexing. That's all okay. And what I like to do is come to you every day and show you what I've been able to do over the last 10 years consistently in every area of my life. I'm not just a weight loss coach, although that's nice for all those weight loss coaches out there who do weight loss. But I'm also a retired professional who's been in the mental health industry for some of y'all as long as y'all been alive. Okay. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I didn't just start talking about weight loss. I've been in the game for some of y'all's kids' ages, about 10 years now. So welcome to my live. I'm Coach Kenya. I'm known as the international weight loss guru for losing over 479 pounds naturally and keeping that thing off like Donkey Kong strong. I lost my weight over 8.5 years ago. I started in 2014. As you know, we are leaving 2014 into 2025, which means I've been in this game well longer than many of you have ever thought about putting your health first. So I want you to know that in these streets, if you know me and you're familiar with me, they call me the natural weight loss guru. And I'm grateful for that title because I've been able to accomplish something that many people have struggled with their whole life. They have battled to find a way to not feel captive of don't eat the white stuff, don't eat meat, go to the gym, drink vinegar, ruin your guts out, get your stomach cut off and get an injection. But many people aren't educating us on what we need to do with our mental health. We can do all of that stuff. But if we don't bring our mindset along with us, we'll just keep doing all of that stuff. Right. And if you're wondering, what does she mean by that? I mean by take the example of an individual who's had 3 or 4 weight loss surgeries and now they're on the injection. But remember the first weight loss surgery, they said they was never going to gain weight again. They said these are the examples I want to give you that shows that there's something mental that gets connected to our wellness journeys and it holds us captive. And then we can't get from it. So what I want to do is give you permission to look deeper into that issue and then get from it. All right, good morning. That's my opening. Let's do it. All right. Y'all know where we are. We on day 17. We've been reading this thing for real, for real. Okay. Here we go. Day 17. Be strong and good of courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he is it that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Deuteronomy 31:6. Principles for today. Repeated failure stirs up the fear of being forsaken. Do you guys remember that last week? Good morning, Tammy. Thank you so much for good morning, guys. When I'm reading, I don't get to do my normal greeting, so I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I see you coming in. I want to thank you for being here. I love you and I honor you, and I'm grateful that you're on this journey with me of more self-discovery, facing our fears and facing our fronts. And if you're spiritual, because I'm more spiritual, not religious based, if you're spiritual, this is for you. What we're doing is we're basically using the universe, the atmosphere, our beliefs, our understandings, and our healing in a way to look at these traumas that many of us are held captive by, and to call them out and say, I see you lurking within me. I see you lurking within me. I see you holding me captive. I see you messing with my thoughts. I see you trying to control me, and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Okay. Principle. Repeated failure stirs up fear of being forsaken. Prayer. I give thanks to God because he will never fail me nor forsake me, in Jesus' name. Number 2, God's presence is upon me. Therefore, I am strong, courageous in Jesus' name. Now, if you've been following me, you know that every day we've been reading Fear Not, and then we go from Fear Not and we go to Melody Beatty. Melody Beatty is known as a codependency expert. She works with people all over the country who battle with codependent behaviors. Many of us don't know that we are living in codependencies situations because it looks normal. Many of us don't know that we are controlling, aggressive, bullying, dominating, mean, and angry. We throw temper tantrums. We act like brats and children. Many of you women out here are spoiled, immature brats, stuck on behaviors that aren't serving you, but you don't know that because no one's calling you to carpet. If you're someone who has a full temper tantrum because you don't get away, you stop taking phone calls, you block people on social media, you put all your business out there, you're childish and immature. Go get a counselor. None of that's normal, y'all. That's not normal. You want to see me clap back? No, nobody is really seeing you but the people that like drama. It's not solving anything. So what we have to stop doing is being so ready to be offended. We're so ready to be offended. We're so ready to be upset about what somebody said, about how they made you feel. And one thing we have to understand about our feelings and our emotions is a person can only make you feel a way if your feelings are out there on these streets to feel a way. If you're already feeling lonely, abandonment, sensitive, low self-esteem, in a bad mood, if your girlfriend says something about your shorts, of course you're going to be offended because you was already jacked up in the head. You're not really offended about what she said. You was already walking around a hot mess stress, but you're going to blame that on that woman and tell that woman she hurt your feelings. But what you're not going to tell her is I was already feeling some type of way, and then you said something. What you're going to do is make her be responsible for all your feelings when really she's only responsible for what she said. She's not responsible for the fact that you have low self-esteem, that you struggle with your body image, that you eat some direction, you eat that. That's you. But you will dump all that on your girlfriend and make your girlfriend feel like she hurt your feelings when, yes, she might have hurt your feelings, but it all started because you was already going through something. You was already going through something and they said the wrong thing at the wrong time. So what you then do is say, sis, I'm feeling some type of way already and that didn't feel good. You don't got to get offended because you can say, sis, I know what you're saying, but I'm not feeling that good right now. So that didn't feel good to me. But instead, what we'll do is we'll take offense and call 15 other friends and tell them how this friend offended us. And before you know it, we got a big old drama of a mess about something that could have been nipped in the bud had you been woman enough to say you caused me an offense. But when we're living in fear, we don't have a voice of an adult. We have a voice of an immature child. Because instead of us being bold enough to speak up during the incident, we'll run and tell 50 other people what we should have done, we should have said, but now the moment is missed. And if you're in the wrong situation, you'll go back to that person and they won't even realize what they said to you because they didn't care anyway. You did. That's why it's important that when something happens, we say, Coach, Kenya, friend, mom, dad, that made me feel weird. Can we talk about it? So then you don't find yourself caught up in these little microaggressions. And before you know it, you feel uncomfortable going around people. You don't want to go there because of the way they behave, or you don't want to get into it with nobody, or you're tired of your family looking at you, staring at you, saying something about you. Those doors get open and we don't close them. But if we close them by standing up and using our words and saying, listen, I didn't like the way that felt. What happens is when we open our line of communication one way, the person then begins to feel open enough to open it back. That's when communication. That's healing. It's not that people won't ever hurt you again or say things or do things or upset you. It's how you learn to deal with them outside of the fear. When you've had your voice taken or people tell you, oh, your opinion don't matter, they made you feel less than, then you're less likely to stand up and go forth and say that hurt me. But if you begin to work on the things that make you the most frightful, the most fearful in all areas of your life, what you will notice is that where you become strong in one space, you can also then become strong in another space. Okay? If you are that chick at work, you can be that chick at home. It just means, what are you willing to do to change the atmosphere, to change the environment, to change the grind for you to rise? What are you willing to stand up to? What are you willing to say no to? What are you willing to say yes to? Okay. What are you willing to leave in this year so that only the good things and the things that value you, the things that grow you, the things that enhance you, the things that advance you, go with you? There's a thing where many people say, well, I've been like this all my life. So? And I guarantee you, the person that's been deaf and blind their whole life, if you gave them a chance to see or hear, many of them would say, I'll take it. Even though they've been hard of hearing or deaf their whole life. There'll be many people from the deaf community that says, you know what? I might want that. But there'll be many people that say, I don't want that. And both answers are true. Both answers are correct. Okay? All right, keep reading. God's presence is upon me, therefore I am strong and courageous in Jesus' name. That's our second prayer. So first prayer. Thank you so much, Rosemary. How are you today? Thank you for the follows, guys. I'll get you back. Good morning, TR. Welcome into our moderators, Moon and TR. I think I saw Dowdy maybe. And prayer one was, I give thanks to God because he will never fail me nor forsake me. In Jesus' name. Guys, I'm sitting by the window, and every time I say Jesus' name, the light, like, you know, he's ever present. The other book, the word is really small. So I'm going to toss on these visionaries here, okay? Because y'all know I need the visionaries, all right? We're on December 17th. December 21st. Yesterday we were at December 20th. We are a little bit ahead in this book than we are in this book. We started this book first. Thank you so much, Ramona, for the shares. Thank you for the likes, babies. Okay, are we ready? And do we think we can get 1,000 likes? Do we think we can do that while I read this one? Good morning, Beverly. Good morning, Yusa. Do we think we can do it? I think we can do it. All right, here we go. You ready? Reduce your stress. Oh, this is perfect. How many of y'all are stressed out, worried about how you're going to provide? How many of you are stressed out right now, worried about how you are going to provide? Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Delphi. Good morning, Tia. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follow, Miss Tia. I got you. How many? Just asking for a friend. Okay, let's get into today's reading. Today's December 21st. Reduce your stress. Stress can be caused by many things. A healing professional said, it can be caused by toxins in the air, by food, work, money, or love. And sometimes, make sure y'all tapping the like button. And sometimes, tension and stress are caused by reacting to old beliefs, the messages in your mind. Ooh, okay, y'all, it's getting good. Okay, wait. Stress can be caused by many things. A healing professional said, it can be caused by toxins in the air, by food, work, money, or love. And sometimes tension and stress are caused by reacting to old beliefs, the messages in your mind. I believe that's the whole point of us doing this fear. Okay, let's go ahead and follow. This message is talking. Good morning, Carter. Good morning. I think it's Bird of J. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ames, baby, I see you. My niece is here, you guys. I love when I see my niece. Okay, that's powerful. It says we can't always eliminate the situations that produce stress. Some stress in life is inevitable. It is part of being alive. Stress is often the impetus that moves us forward into growth, into emotional release and healing, into awareness of change. While we can't and don't want to eliminate all the stress in our lives, we can reduce its impact. We can eat foods we respond well to. We can monitor the quality of air we breathe in many situations. We can leave a work or love situation that has become too stressful, or we can take better care of ourselves in those situations we choose to stay in. I'm gonna read that again. While we can't and don't want to eliminate all the stress in our lives, we can reduce its impact. We can eat foods we respond well to. 1, we can monitor the quality of air we breathe in many situations. 2, we can leave work or love situations that become too stressful. 3, we can take better care of ourselves in those situations we choose to stay in. 4, and we can work on changing stress producing beliefs within ourselves. 5, and we can work on changing stress producing beliefs. Stress producing beliefs. Do y'all hear that? Stress producing beliefs is what I've been speaking to you about for the last 17 days. How you can have a belief system in your brain about something, and it can be related to something way back when. Something today could be happening. I'll give you an example. You grew up with lack, and right now you're feeling lack, and all of your emotions from when you were a child are rushing back to the adult version of you, and you're in total turmoil. You're in total stress. You can't think. You're frozen. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't know how you're going to make it happen. But what's the weird part about this stress is some of it is actually being driven by your mind. It's only as big as it feels because of your thinking patterns, because of the belief systems have been activated by the worry, by the stress. So if we don't identify the worry, we don't identify the stress, then what happens is the belief system runs amok in our mind. And what was at first only a thought or a fear, we've now made it real. We've given it arms, we've given it legs, we've given it a voice, we've given it a body. And now it's running amok in our lives. Fear, worry, stressful belief systems. It says, and we can work on changing stress-producing beliefs within ourselves. I can't measure up. I can't get the job done. I won't be liked. I can't trust myself. Many of these beliefs are outdated reactions to other times in our lives, and now we know we have the power to change them. Good morning, Kimmy Kim. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Pin. Good morning, Raven. Good morning, Jonty. Good morning, Agatha. Good morning, Ken. I can't see my people on the other 3 platforms. Good morning, Lyra the Pink Diamond, Kelji 417, and White Cardenia and Michelle. Good morning. Welcome in. And we can work on changing stress-producing beliefs within ourselves. I can't measure up. I can't get the job done. I won't be liked. I can't trust myself. Many of these beliefs are outdated reactions to other times in our lives. And now we know we have the power to change them. Good morning, Mocha. Good to see you. Mocha, you was riding it. You know what? I'm going to do a raffle when we hit 30 days for all of you men and women who are showing up every single day and reading with us, taking your notes, applying it to your day. I would like to do a raffle for you because you are in here with me every morning, baby, and you was doing the do with me. So I just want you to know that I'm loving you for that I see you, that I know the commitment, because some days I don't want to get on here. So when I see you tap on in and give me a few seconds of your morning, I'm very grateful. I want to thank you that when you're here, it makes me want to be here. It helps me be here. It helps me be here when you're here. When I see you here, it helps me be here. Because remember, I already lived the lifestyle, so I don't have to come live. I'm going to do it no matter what. I was dying before. Remember, I move out of desperation and inspiration. I move out of desperation because I came from 592 pounds on my deathbed in a poop bag, in a shit bag, in a piss in a shit bag, all on my own. It was hard. I had nobody. It was hard. So I move out of inspiration and desperation. You decide what you're going to move out of. I desperately never want to end up at 592 pounds being rolled by 10 hospital staff every 25 minutes in a hospital. I desperately do not want to be on 63 medications, 3 heart attacks, 3 strokes, paralysis, and no ability to control any parts of my body. I definitely don't want to walk around with 7 different veins, intravenous entries in my actual arteries because my veins don't work. I don't want that. I desperately don't want that. I desperately do not want to lay anywhere in anybody's hospital bed, in anybody's home, in anybody's living room, anywhere ever again until it is my time and watch everyone else live around me. I desperately do not want that. I desperately do not want to be left on my deathbed by a man of 16 years who said they loved me and would be by me till death did us part, and death did us part, except I didn't die. See, I desperately don't want that anymore. By inspiration, I want to inspire myself. See, many of us have a weight loss journey and we get so focused on how many people we can inspire. But what I need you to understand, the minute you forget to inspire oneself is when you lose your discipline. I inspire oneself and then I inspire you. Because if I'm not inspired, I have nothing to give you. If I'm not willing, I have nothing to offer. But if I'm doing those things to me and for me first, then I can give you something back. Our quote for the day says, what's causing stress in your life? Do the things you can to reduce stress in your life. Reduce as much toxicity in your environment and in yourself as you can. What's causing stress in your life? Do things you can to reduce stress in your life. Reduce as much toxicity in your environment and in yourself as you can. Note, toxicity within yourself. Many of us don't even know we the problem. You done spent so many years pointing your finger, being a victim, that you done lost sight that you was the problem. You the problem. You the problem. Yeah? You're the problem, the agitator, the manipulator, the tricker. You're the problem. Yeah, many of us are the problem to our circumstances and we don't know it because people around us have told us for so many years, oh, that's just how she is. And I don't know where we get that from, where we say that's just how we are, but yet we be the same women talking about God, change me, search me, fix me. But yet in our human bodies, oh, that's just how I am. Change me, fix me. That's just how I am. I mean, which is it? Toxicity within yourself. Toxicity within yourself. See, some of us don't even know that we hate ourselves. Some of y'all out here actually hate yourself. Yeah, you actually, the way you move and behave with your own body, you move in a manner which you will with a person that you hate. Yeah, it's true. You don't know that's what it's called. But some of the things we do are things we would do to our enemies. The abuse, the neglect, the verbal assaults that we put on ourselves. How many of you spend your whole days picking and poking at your bodies, your minds, your possibilities, your restrictions? You are your worst enemy. I know, because I used to be mine. I was at war with myself. I was at war with my emotions. I was at war with my identity. I was at war with my finances. I was at war. Why was I at war? Because I was toxic on the inside. It wasn't about what you were doing. You didn't have to do anything to make me feel off and awkward because I was so jacked up and unsettled inside of me. I was the one uncomfortable. Oh, she makes me not feel right. No, I'm the one that doesn't feel right. Yeah, it may be something in you that triggers something in me, but I'm the initiator. It is my body. It is my soul. It is my tomb. It is my dwelling. It's my temple. The uneasiness I feel originated in me. Is just that you happen to trigger it. Now, what's going on with me that I will let you trigger something in me? That's not you. That's me. I need to get now go check me and see what's going on with me. Because there's no way a person should be able to move my emotions or move your emotions so freely. Why would we give someone that type of freedom in our lives? To alter us, to change us, to make us not want to show up, grow up, and go up. We must be free. But stress will have you out in these streets acting crazy. With stress comes fear. You see how fear is under all of these behaviors? I can't be kind to myself because I'm afraid. Because I'm afraid, just like everyone else who's ever been kind that may have left my life for, see, that old behavior. Ain't nobody recently left me, but my mind knows that people leave because I've been left before. I've been abandoned before. So my mind says that if it seems like you might abandon me today, I'm going to stay away from you because I don't want to be abandoned anymore. So naturally, I'm cutting myself off at the ankles. Because my previous fear, my previous pain, I'm going to move in accordingly to block that from happening again. The problem is all the blocking and moving I'm doing to protect myself from this unknown stress, this undue pressure is blocking me. Remember yesterday, we talked about that wall, that emotional wall we put up. We put it up to block out. But what are we blocking in? What parts of us are we trapping inside of us that need to change and grow? What parts are we preventing from being free enough to release us from entrapment within our own selves? What is stress doing to you? Do you even know you're stressed? Some of y'all are stressed out and calling it everything but stress. Oh, I'm having a flare up. No, you're stressed out. Your flare up is being flared up from the stress that you might have not have recognized. The racing thoughts, the irritability, those can all be signs of stress. Lack of sleep, stress, can all be signs of stress. And when stress gets high enough, it creates this fight or flight mode, and then comes fear because the body feels like it has to protect itself. And if you're someone on a wellness journey, stress alone heightens your cortisol level, heightens your hormones. Your body begins to think we have to protect it from something. So where you would normally be able to move forth, your body will begin to swell, ache, migraines, rally, nausea, blurry vision. These are all ways the body may be communicating with you to tell you in pain. Our body communicates what's in pain to tell you that it's had enough, that it's tired, that it needs you to respond accordingly. But we live in a culture where we don't respond to when our bodies communicate with us. We keep pushing. I can go a little bit longer. Have you ever been somewhere and you haven't eaten all day and you keep telling yourself, I'm about to eat, I'm about to eat, I'm about to eat. And before you know it, you're so sick and you're so nauseous that you can't even operate your vehicle, drive a car, stand up or anything because you waited so long just to take a morsel of food. And usually people that do that, they don't do it just once. It's their routine. It's their commonality. That's how they move. That's how they sway. That's how they swag. They go all day with no morsels. And then when they 2 minutes from passing out, the world has to run to their aid and rescue them from their sugar getting too high or them being in a diabetic home or whatever the case be. But you realize you didn't have to get there. You realize you didn't have to starve yourself. That was a choice you made. And now because of the choice you made, you're in a crisis and the world is supposed to stop to get you out of your crisis that you never had to be in. Yeah, we do all that too. Thank you so much, Sugar Firecracker. It's the truth though. We got to put priority. Thank you for showing me love as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have to be willing to put that extra work that we're putting in everyone else around us and ourselves to glorify, magnify, and enhance who we are. When we begin to grow who we are, when we accept that we may need to change. If you are not willing to change on a regular basis, you might want to go talk to somebody because they're thinking what you think it is. You know, I remember once I said, I don't need to do nothing. I never actually said it like that, but I was speaking in terms of a project I was working on. And the person that was reviewing the project, they said, yes, you do. And I thought, no, I've been working on it and it looks good. And she said, look at it again. And when I went and looked at it again, I realized that not only did I had a multitude of typos, I was missing stuff I said I was going to put in there. I was not done. That's the moral to the story. When we think we're done sometimes, we're not done. So we might need to have someone else take a look and let us know if we need to keep going or not. So today I encourage you that it's Christmas time. It's holiday season. There's a lot of moving and shaking. The world is in turmoil. The food is jacked up. I just encourage you to be safe and to be loving to yourself this holiday season. And anything you can make possible, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because here's the thing about these holidays. If we as parents haven't done a good job with our children to help them understand the difference between appreciation, earning things, valuable things, and worth, that's on us. So if our children want a lot of lavish, unreasonable things that they're never going to pray for, we have to look at what we've taught them. Because if we teach our children that things are the only thing that matters, then we can't be mad when they want a bunch of expensive, dramatic things. Because that's what we've showed them. Do you understand what I'm saying? If we show them that there's all there is to this world, our cell phone, tennis shoes, and things, then we can't get upset when that's all our children want from us and we're unable to afford it. Because that's what we showed them. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be congruent in how we're moving with the little people so that they don't get the wrong message. Because there's so much stimuli coming at them every day, just like us. And so they'll quickly end up with the message that it's all about the things I have, not the value of who I am as a person, as a little human on the planet. So I just encourage you that if you're going through it and you don't have and can't do what you thought you're going to be able to do for your babies this year, just sit them down. Talk to them. They understand way more than you think. They see way more than you think. Sit down with those babies. Talk to them. Explain to them where mom and daddy are. If it's just mom, explain to them where mom is in the building. And let them know that every day in your life is like Christmas. And that you don't need one day to love on them and honor them. That any day when you have what you have, you'll take care of them. If we start making children understand that having breath in their body and being waking up every day is a gift in itself, then they can value something different. But if all we ever put in front of them are things, then that's what they will value. And when we can't raise up to that occasion, the brokenness falls on the parent. I'm not able to get them as much. They wouldn't even know it much is like that if we didn't set that precedence. So it's okay if we sit down and say, hey, I know all the other years I've been able to do all these other things, but this year, A, B, C, and D, and create a new tradition. Don't be afraid to think outside the box and create a new tradition this year. It's totally okay to be different. It's totally okay to be different. It's totally okay. You don't want to stand up and cook all day on Christmas? Don't. You don't got to do that. Ain't nobody helping you when they come over to your house and don't have the event. Because what we have to learn is when we open the gate and walk into something and do it, we can't sit around and complain about what didn't go the way we thought it was because you agreed to it. See, it goes both ways, right? Don't open up doors that you ain't willing to sit in the rooms for. Yeah. If all you're going to do is complain about what they didn't bring and who didn't do what because you had Christmas at your house, don't have Christmas at your house no more. If you feel like you're the only one that has to keep the family together, don't keep it together and see what happens. See, some of us are doing stuff that we actually don't have to do. You just want to do it. You make it, I got to do it, ain't going to get done. You make it like that. Because let me tell you something I learned about the world. When you're long and gone doing something else, say you out of town, they're going to do what they want to do with or without you. It's not even going to play no. Play no. No, never mind. Okay? 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 Okay. You have a great day. I'm Coach Kenya, and this is how we rise. That's all I have is Saturday. I did my 30 minutes. Any questions? I always open up for questions at the end.